Hey folks, he's Matt, I'm Nat, and thanks for joining us for a special episode of BSG Cast. We're talking about the extended version of the Razor DVD.
Now, we genuinely did think we could do this in one episode when we started this, because we thought, yeah, okay, we'll talk about deleted
Exactly,
scenes.
piece by piece, exactly.
Yeah,
the extended scenes.
And then we got to the hybrid. And thanks especially to Jim Madison off of MySpace.
Yes, thank you.
Because he realized that with closed captioning on a DVD, you can see all of the things the hybrid says.
Basically, he transcribed everything the hybrid said for us, which I greatly appreciate, because honestly, I don't know if anyone else had this problem. Maybe I have a little bit too much wax in my ears, but I listened to it like 3 times, and I still couldn't hear everything he was saying in total clarity.
Yeah, now when I was listening to him, I heard every word, but it was happening so quickly that I couldn't process it all. But when you see it all written down and you go over it sentence by sentence, there's some serious stuff that Ronald D. Moore says. He talks, there's a lot there, or Taylor I should say, but a lot there is talking about season 3. Some of it's looking at it in a new light, and a lot of it is talking about what happens in season 4.
Exactly.
That being said,
in all honesty, part of me wonders why it was cut out of the TV version at all.
For time, and because...
But like, I mean, even when we did the review of the TV version, sorry, I don't mean to digress here, we were talking about how the revelation came at the very end with the whole Kara Thrace, Harbinger of Death thing.
Yeah, and that wasn't, that was the big exciting surprise. But you know what?
I know.
When you take a look at some of the stuff he said, and in fact, I'm gonna go so far as to say there's a spoiler warning on this.
Yes.
If you don't want to maybe know, maybe not know, but maybe know what happens in season 4, you should probably stop. Because Ronald D. Moore gave some stuff away here. Yeah,
stuff that, like Matt was saying, in a new light that you know and not know at the same time.
Yeah,
Didn't know you knew.
You know, it's your call if you want to keep watching.
Okay, well
let's start at the beginning. Okay, the very first thing he has to say that's terribly exciting is, "At last they've come for me. I feel their lives, their destinies spilling out before me. The denial of the one true path, played out on a world not their own, will end soon enough." Okay. From the point of view in time of the hybrid, the new Caprica storyline hasn't happened yet.
Right.
So that's what this is talking about. They're about to go land on New Caprica.
Played out in a world not their own, denial of the one true path being their path to
Earth.
Earth.
So this is basically just a reference to something we know. Nothing terribly exciting, but cool to see.
Right.
Next up.
So soon there will be 4, glorious and awakening, struggling with the knowledge of their true selves. This is clearly
the end
the revelation
of season 3.
Exactly, the Crossroads and the revelation of the final 4.
Yeah, the 4, Ty, Tyrell, Anders, and Tori. This
Right.
is them. So glorious and awakening, you could say that, which is pretty good. And they're struggling with the knowledge, which they definitely were.
Yes.
So there you go. Again, he's prophesizing something that we've already seen. The pain of revelation, bringing new clarity, and in the midst of confusion, he will find her.
So we discussed this for quite a while, trying to figure out who he and her are, considering there are a lot of relationships in the show and a lot of different he and hers that are important enough that could be mentioned there. The he, we kind of decided that it has to be Ty. We really believe that it's Ty. Whereas the her, kind of based on what Tricia Helfer said in her I&I, with her, I guess, increased interaction with Ty in season 4, we kind of feel like that they seem to be an unlikely match, but something that we can anticipate. I mean, like the next line kind of explains a bit more of it there, right?
Something that just kind of hopped into my head. The pain of revelation bringing new clarity, and in the midst of confusion he will find her. Anders is going through some pain.
Right.
And in the midst of his confusion, he finds Tori. I don't know if that's what he's talking about. It doesn't really reference the next line as much.
No, not at all.
But it's an option. Revelation is about, in the Bible, that's like a lot of death.
Right.
And it's possible that revelation, or I guess that's more like rapture. But either way, it could be Anders and Tori, I guess. Then the next line doesn't really reference it.
No, yeah.
And this is pretty interesting.
Enemies, do you want to do it?
No, go for it.
Okay, enemies brought together by impossible longing. Enemies now joined as one. The way forward at once unthinkable, yet inevitable. And this is where I was going on the Ty and Tricia Helfer thing. I mean, enemies...
They're definitely enemies.
Indeed, and completely unthinkable initially.
Yeah, absolutely. But considering what Tricia had to say in her I&I about Hogan and she sharing scenes, I think there's a basis for this. We can kind of connect some dots here.
We're not too sure how to kind of fill out that theory with the idea of them inevitably having to be together in this longing.
Doesn't quite.
Doesn't really work there, but
yeah, a little weird.
Yeah.
But that's something to think about. Now the next one is the biggie.
Yes.
It's talking about the 5th Cylon, the final of the 5. And the fifth, still in shadow, will claw toward the light, hungering for redemption that will only come in the howl of terrible suffering.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we discussed this line.
We're like Baltar, Starbuck are the two we're thinking that have the whole redemption thing going on.
Exactly. I mean, like Baltar, because he, you know, led humanity to almost extinction.
Yeah, and Starbuck, because, I mean, she's given a lot of people a raw deal. So redemption for her is more of a personal thing.
Yeah, she's a pretty tortured soul.
Yeah, it's not a big a redemption as, you know, committing genocide requires. But, you know, it's there. We immediately thought, oh, Ty's suffered a lot. And then we realized, well, he's already a Cylon anyway. So that kind of trims back 4 people that we know aren't the fifth. But, yeah, I'm thinking Baltar and I'm thinking Starbuck are 2 good options there. Because it's the howl of terrible suffering, which I kind of... Maybe it's the throes of terrible suffering.
Right, which means, like, I guess... I mean, we've seen a lot of suffering, but maybe there's more suffering to happen, do you think?
Well, a howl. That's
I don't know.
Thing.
So maybe...
Howl of terrible...
Okay, well, the other way you can see howl, if it's not like throes, is, I mean, literally a howl, a noise.
A scream.
Like a scream of suffering.
Well, who is screaming?
Maybe at a moment of suffering that someone will be revealed. It'll be clicked for the fifth Cylon.
But the howl of suffering... We have already seen this.
What do you mean?
The fifth still in shadow will claw towards the light, hungry for... This is Baltar. Clawing toward the light, with Adama and the light and the hungering for redemption. That's... Oh,
Holy shit, are you serious?
The fifth still...
You're right. No, you're absolutely right. Like, he's with the... And then redemption.
The howl of terrible suffering.
Yeah.
This guy has suffered. He's been... The worst suffering possible. He's had the 2 intelligent organisms in the universe both torture him.
Yeah. And he has howled many, many times.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Holy crap. Do you think it's possible that the fifth Cylon is already... We've already seen this.
It's straight up Baltar.
We've already seen this.
We've seen him still in shadow, and he claws toward the light, hungering for redemption. That's
interesting, because I initially thought it'd be kind of cliched to make him the fifth one, considering his relation with both...
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it, but it looks... I'm reading off screen here. Sorry for not making eye contact.
Yeah, we are...
The fifth still in... That's the torture scene. That is the torture scene.
Holy crap, that's goosebumps. That's
Baltar.
That's insane.
Oh, man. So if... Spoilers, we told you. We told you.
I honestly, people, like, again, maybe we'll post this if it hasn't been posted. I think it has been posted on our BSG Cast site. Read it, and honestly, I don't think you can argue it.